Go ahead, guys.
Jeremy, when a team doesn't win a lot in the wins and loss columns, you often hear about why things weren't going right. But it seems like you guys, as the season got on, got better, got stronger. What do you think why that was? Corey said he couldn't really put a finger on it. He said you guys just played Boston, played better basketball, and then it continued. Is there anything that sticks out to you?
I think experience. I think when you got a young team like what we got, at the beginning of the season, it's going to be difficult, to gel. I mean, a new team and a young team all in one, I think it's going to be difficult. And I think we had a ton of injuries. I think towards the end, like right before All-Star break when we played Boston, like you said, it's kind of when we got our team back. And since then, I think we 500 or somewhere around there. So, I think the young guys got a lot of experience under their belts and grew. So.
And last year, obviously, you came in this situation and had a different role and learned. You talked about how much you learned about yourself as a player. Did you learn anything this year, just coming back in year two, and as you guys build for the future, adding different pieces and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, more of the same. Still got a lot that I, want to continue to work on, being more efficient and being a better leader and everything. And I think I grew in those roles a little bit this year, especially towards the end. I had a issue with my thumb and stuff like that. But, yeah, I think we all kind of grew a little bit this year.
Appreciate it.
For you, and you got back on track a little bit after you came back from the thumb injury, but how difficult was it to deal with that? Kind of happens a month into the season, and the team trying to figure things out, and then you have to sit out about a month and a half or so.
Definitely difficult. Being out for extended period of time like that, but it's part of the game, It's part of the game. Had to learn from it, and when I got back, had to get acclimated and assimilate back to the team. So.
And when you came back, I forget the exact number, but particularly lineups with you, Cade, and Sadiq were one of the better three-man groups in the NBA. Did it just take time for that synergy to come, just given that you guys spent so little time together early on in the season?
Definitely. Cade was out at the beginning of the season, so we wasn't really playing with him. And then I went out. Sadiq's been here, been in every game, starting every game this year. But yeah, I think when I got back, it was the first time we all really got to really play together. Maybe we had a few games before I went out, but yeah, I think being on the court together, we kind of got a feel for each other. We got a couple games on our belt, and then we started playing well. So.
While you were out, obviously, is when Cade really hit his stride, and it was a different team that you came back to. Was there an adjustment for you after the adjustment you made last year, being that guy who always had the ball, late shot clock, that type of thing? So then when Cade had the ball in his hands, was there another adjustment for you, and what was the process of going through that?
Every game is an adjustment. I think I'm always making adjustments. I love winning. I love playing winning basketball. So whatever the team needs me to do to win, that's what I'm going to do.
It feels like there's an overall optimism for the future for this team to really take a bigger step next year. How do you assess how quickly that can be done, and why do you think that's going to be the case?
Yeah, no, we have a potential to be good. It's a big offseason for us. Everybody got to get in the gym and work. Yeah, I think internally we know what we can be. We have a ton of talent, but at the same time, you got to put the work in. And we didn't win many games this year, so next year will be better for sure. But yeah, we just got to move forward in that direction.
How impressive is the development that you've seen from the first-year guys last year and the Cade this year, and you see that core along with you and the other veterans, that it really is starting to click and come together? And you talked about how that was toward the end of the season, but going into next year, that same looking at what the internal improvements can be and what that could look like for this year.
For sure. We just got to carry on, like you said, what we did at the end of this year. I think the guys have been great. I mean, Sadiq, him going from what he did last year, which was great, to what he did this year, which was that much better. Isaiah playing incredible. Killian got a lot better this year. And you can see the rookies' progression this year as well. The way Cade started playing better and better throughout the season. So I mean, just going forward, I mean, we just got to keep getting better. Yeah, we'll be fine.
Jeremy, you've been in different situations throughout your career with different teams, but for this group to have, you guys as a team could have kind of punted after the deadline with how things were going, but you guys ended up playing your best basketball. Does that say a lot to you about, I know that was Troy and Dwayne were two of the reasons you came here, but just what's being built here, just internally in the belief in what you guys can do? Does that say a lot?
Definitely says a lot. We got a resilient group of guys, play extremely hard, work extremely hard, and yeah, I mean, they want to win, you know. So, like I mentioned earlier, it's always adjustments to be made, and I think everyone made the adjustments, especially later in the season.
You showed so many more facets to your game last year and this year. What did you work on this summer to try to add to the bag for next year?
Everything, whether it's shooting efficiency or passing, defensively, a little bit of everything, learning the game, leadership, getting together with the guys and kind of gelling. So
You're extension eligible this summer, so then what's your hope or expectation for how those talks go?
hopefully they go well.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
For sure.